It seems like only yesterday we were here for Super Bowl 52 and now back for the road to the Super Bowl here in the Twin Cities at US Bank Stadium. Tonight we continue with Wild Card Weekend with what should be a great one between the Detroit Lions and the Minnesota Vikings. Win or go home is the mantra, and off we go. We're underway in this NFC Wild Card game.
From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Cost him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. Off play action, Fields.
This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 12 yards on the gain. A great start for this offense.
Hold on a second. Was that the fullback? That was the fullback. Who says it? The slot receivers are the only guys who can catch the football and get big yardage after the catch. Really nice job there, showing good hands and an ability to get upfield.
First carry for DeAndre Swift. And the defense closes quickly there. He'll get maybe a yard to the 33.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now Fields.
Man open, that's complete to Dalton Schultz. It'll be a gain of 5, and now it's 3rd and 4.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Here's Fields.
Oh, he's hit. He lost the football. Put it on the carpet, and the Vikings pick up the football.
On the move past the 40. Still going inside the 20.
And they are going to bring this one back. It's a fumble return, a scoop and score for the Vikings.
Greg Joseph on for the extra point.
He's got it, and the Vikings take a 7-0 lead. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score.
And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble and bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
On play action, Fields.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
Back to the air, Fields on 2nd down. And this one complete to Doolin.
They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Throwing on 3rd down, Fields. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
And they will finally get to him, but a great return has set him up 1st and goal at the 5. He had his eyes on the end zone. He got close. At least he set the offense up nicely, but he's probably mad he didn't take that one to pay dirt.
I agree with you, and you know he's going to get teased because he didn't get it all the way into the end zone. But if they don't score now, if they don't get a touchdown,
touchdown! C.J. Ham, a 5-yard touchdown.
And the Vikings are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Joseph connects on the extra point,
and that'll make the score 14-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis.
Good running right there. And this is a man who was a 1,000-yard rusher in the regular season, so you know he's going to get his chances. And he picks up nice yardage on that one.
Right back to Swift again on second down.
And he is going to lose yardage here. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here. 3rd and 5. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game. And that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Jack Fox out to punt here on 4th down.
It'll be a net of only 30 here. 40-yard punt, 10 on the return. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They've got things going their way early. 14-0 lead and the football. 1st and 10. And he'll get this up to about the 40.
He was brought down by big Levi Onwuzurike.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
6 yards to pick up, and that's a 1st down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
First down, here's the run with Cook. Shifts past him at the 45. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Give him 18 there and give the Vikings a 1st down. Well, CD, a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but, man, his first step is so quick, too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A 1st down, a 16-yard gain.
This early in the game, it's all about making steady progress downfield, hoping to lead to early points. And you can do it with your actual play calls or sometimes something a little more improvised, as we just saw.
And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings.
Dalvin Cook taking it in from the 20. And the Vikings continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead.
And his kick is good, and flags fly as well. Some frustration showing through right now. This is going to be a roughing call.
So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. Take it in at the 3.
And not a very good return at all, as he won't even get this back to the 15. 2 seconds to go, first quarter.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields.
He's airing it out for Williams. And that will fall incomplete. Oh, they took a shot there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Back to throw, Fields. And this throw incomplete. The defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
They've had multiple opportunities on offense and still haven't scored any points. Felt like they wanted to loosen things up, throw it downfield, and see if maybe they could get a big play and a quick strike.
And where will this be spotted? The side judge says it went out just across midfield. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
It has been about as perfect of a start to this game as these guys could have asked for, Charles. They've scored on their first 2 drives. They still haven't given anything up on the other side of the ball, so they can already make this a 3-score game here if they can come away with points on this drive.
Yeah, they're almost pushing to the brink, aren't they, partner? Almost to the point now where it's a loss of words for me, which I know would excite all of our viewers, but you're just now supposed to see that type of dominance so quickly in a game like this. Everything they've done has been working so far. Offense, defense, you name it, it's going well for them.
And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay game.
And it's going to be another 1st down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 13-yard line. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
From the gun, it's a give to Cook. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
Jeff Okudah up from his quarterback spot to make the play.
If this defense wants to stay in this ballgame, they've got to start ending some drives. That helps.
And they have to look ahead at what they expect the offense to do. And right now with that lead, that's run the football. So you don't just stack the line of scrimmage. You have to get upfield and try and make some plays in their backfield.
And he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the 1st down marker. It'll be a gain of 9, and that'll bring up a 3rd down.
The plan was clearly to challenge them by sending a blitz on 2nd down, but even the extra guys couldn't catch him in the backfield, though. He doesn't scramble for a first, but he does get the last laugh by evading the blitz and getting beyond the line of scrimmage.
And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards.
Here's Greg Joseph now to try the field goal. Joseph's got it, and the route is on. It's 24-0. So everything else has gone right in this first half. Kind of follows that it would for their kicker, too, as he adds 3 more onto the lead.
Yeah, and the way that this one's gone, definitely not looking like he's going to have to worry too much about pressure kicks late in the game. He can go out there free and easy, just work on his form, and he knocked that one through.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They trail early on the road in the playoffs. Not a great combination as they've got it 1st and 10. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Once again, it's Swift.
And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24. 2 minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs. Coming up at the half, we remind you that we're going to do what we've done all year. We'll get you down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. Coach will have the lowdown of what's going on here in this wild card weekend as we begin the road to the upcoming Super Bowl.
From the gun, here's Fields.
He's airing it out for Williams. He rifles one that's intercepted.
Picked off by Lewis. And the Vikings will take over here just shy of the 30.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
They start the drive with Cook. A little juke, and he'll be tackled at about the 35. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
Six yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Now Wilson. Buying time to his left. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
As soon as he leaked out and began his route, someone on the defensive side broke with him and arrived just in time to separate him from another reception.
Here's Wilson to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Wilson.
And he will have a Vikings first down by about a yard. It's a gain of 5 on 3rd and 4.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Big yardage after the catch. That one winds up going for 36.
The timing was absolutely true as he caught it working across the field. Plenty of space for him to roam. But notice how he keeps his head on a swivel, looking for defenders who may crop up out of nowhere. That turned into a big play.
59 yards rushing for him in his first half as he has certainly carried over his regular season success into the playoffs.
On 2nd down and 4, Wilson. And he fires one that's intercepted.
Picked by Jeff Okudah. And the Lions are going to take possession here at their own 33.
Absolutely a golden opportunity missed there to add to their lead and really cap off an impressive drive because they've got the advantage and plenty of time to add to it. But on the flip side, plenty of time for an opposing comeback as well. So when you have the chance to distance yourself from opposition so early, partner, you know you don't want to let it slip away.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He's got a man. Complete. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
This offense has been slow to get started, but that play will certainly give them a little bit of life. Maybe the late wake-up call that they had been seeking.
Fields on first down.
He's going to get this one out to his fullback. And he is out of bounds inside the 30.
Now that's often a surprise for the defensive guys when they see the big fella slide out of the backfield and catch the ball. Not something they usually go over in practice very often.
From the 29, Fields. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense.
Fields now to throw.
He's going to let it go deep for the end zone.
And that will be incomplete. Oh, he left that one in a bad spot, but fortunately it's just an incompletion and not picked to bring up 4th down. Riley Patterson now on for the field goal.
From the right hash, it's a 46-yard attempt.
Patterson's kick is good.
And they get a little bit closer here as the lead's down to 3 touchdowns.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And with a 3-score lead already, this is not time for a momentum change, so I'd imagine they'd be happy to just take this into the locker room. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
They go play action with Wilson.
Oh, going for Jefferson downfield.
And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete, but the contact is going to move the ball well downfield. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Here's Wilson. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. The kick by Joseph is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
So this lead, Charles, just continuing to swell here in the first half.
Well, it's interesting. When we talked to them prior to the game, they told us that their game plan was take no prisoners, and they've lived up to it so far because everything has worked. No guarantee that'll continue, but all in all, this coaching staff's got to be very pleased by what they've seen.
A final shot before the break. Fields.
He's airing it out for Williams. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. So we come upon halftime here in this NFC wildcard matchup. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, one of these two teams about to play their final half of the season as we're back at it in this NFC wildcard bout. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
And they're in the position they expected to be in. They've got the lead, home crowd behind them, and they're looking toward making that next step in these playoffs.
And I think a key for them is to put together some good, long, extended drives. Work the run in a little more with that big offensive line. I'm not saying get away from throwing the football. That's still working. But if they run it more effectively, they may get even bigger plays in the passing game.
So now factoring in the face mask, here's 1st and 10.
They're looking for Jefferson, but this is intercepted.
It's Desmond Trufant, and they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line. Not the way you envision things to start out the third quarter. One play and already a turnover.
It's interesting. You and I were talking with the coach, and he talked about how at halftime, as a play caller, he wanted to make sure he got a new script going for the second half, not just the one that he operated off of to start the game. Nowhere on that script did it have that result.
First down Lions on a pickup of 13.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
That ground game contained again there, Charles, and that's really a big reason that they're trailing right now.
And give a lot of credit to that defensive front. That's exactly what they worked for all week, to try and take away the run game, make them one-dimensional. In the battle of game plans, theirs has been superior.
That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Nice job there finding room to maneuver, and he worked his way into another first down. And look, they had great field position to start, but boy, they've done a nice job taking advantage of it.
Now they're just hoping to cap it off. And that nearly a turnover, but it's incomplete. Oh, fortunate to retain possession there, and it's second down. A play fake, now Fields to throw. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's third down.
Well, partner, they've certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
Now it's Fields. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, partner, given where that drive started, that's an excellent job defensively to force them into fourth down.
Riley Patterson now on for the field goal. A 33-yarder from the left hash. Patterson's kick is good. And they get a little bit closer here as the lead's down to 3 touchdowns.
Well, whatever was said in the locker room during the break must have worked. They forced the turnover. They didn't get the touchdown, Charles, but it does translate into 3 points to begin this second half.
Exactly as they discussed in the locker room at halftime. Get some points to get things kick-started. Now start your half off with some momentum. Gives you something to build on for your next possession.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
This offense returning out there, and really, you remember the last drive, Charles, it was over before it even began. They threw the interception on the very first play.
And what that means is for all these guys, it's been a while since they've been out there going full speed, so they've got to get everyone back out there, run a couple of your go-to plays, make sure you get your offense oiled up a little bit. They've got to be able to start fast, but they've got to be efficient as well.
Especially the quarterback.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Wilson. That's caught by his tight end, Kylen Granson. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Up the middle, it's Cook.
And he's fortunate to get anything from that. Give him a yard up to the 49.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Play action. It's Wilson. Being chased out left. That ball caught by the former Toledo Rocket, Deontay Johnson. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A give to Cook out of the gun.
And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there, second down.
That call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
From the 17, Wilson.
And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
I certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
On 3rd down, Wilson. Touchdown, Vikings!
Justin Jefferson
from 17 yards out. And the Vikings are able to strike for 6.
So another touchdown there, and even though we're still just here in the 3rd quarter, kind of hard now to see them giving up this lead.
And this is just an offense that's imposing its will right now. You name it, they're able to do it. If you're the play caller, whatever you want to select is there. You want to run it, you want to throw it. Pick a play, any play. They're rocking and rolling right now.
Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away.
And no return here from Westbrook. This will be a touchback.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one... Oh, Fields is intercepted for a third time. Andrew Booth picks it off, and the Vikings are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line. Well, to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game, but that's something right there. Still in the third quarter, it would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day, but they're trying their best to put that disappointment behind them and find ways to make plays.
83 yards rushing for him now, as he has been a central figure in trying to get his guys to the second round. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25.
It's another first down as they bite off 23 more on that one.
Left side, Cook. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
On second down, this is Madison. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Mark that as a gain of 16 to set him up 1st and goal.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time.
And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this third quarter. 1 quarter remains in this NFC Wild Card matchup. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's 2nd and goal. Another try after the first down sack. Wilson. And it's caught in the end zone for the Viking touchdown by Justin Jefferson. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Vikings start to open this lead even wider here in the 4th. Joseph connects on the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they are most likely staring at a cold end to their season here in this wild card round. Nothing has gone right so far, and they are, to be frank, in desperation mode now as they begin with a 1st and 10.
From the 31,
Fields. And that's out to the flat for Swift.
and he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Fields. He'll get this to his running back. It's Justin Jackson. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down.
To throw is Fields.
The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. The offense on 3rd down tonight, as bad as you can be. 0 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 9.
Here's Fields.
He's airing it out for Williams. And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag coming in. This could be a 1st down. Well, the crowd doesn't like that. Was going to bring up 4th. Now it's 1st.
They don't like it at all, do they? It brings them back into it, but really not in a positive way. Now they're angry. That can jangle a team a little bit as well. Pass interference ruined that series of downs for them.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there. Forced the ball free, and it's second down.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Looking to throw. Fields. And in for the Lions. Touchdown.
Ashton Doolin
from 19 yards away.
And the Lions are finally into the end zone here in this fourth quarter. Extra point by Patterson, up and good.
And that'll cut the lead down a bit to 28. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
Well, they've got to be feeling very comfortable and confident here with this lead in the football here in the fourth quarter, Charles. And I don't think that they need to score again, but it seems like this offense is just getting better as the game goes on. They've scored on their last 2 drives.
Certainly feels like a chance for them to continue to have some fun out there, doesn't it? Game's already decided, as you noted. So they can continue to play loose, break out some other concepts, maybe run a few trick plays, get other people involved. Heck, even go deep on one of these first snaps just because they can. That gives him 98 yards in this game, and he's got to feel pretty good about that, but the entire offense does. The big thing, though, Brandon, they've got to get to 100, though.
You think he knows he's at 98?
I think someone has told him by now, and here's the thing. Getting to 100 or more is tangible evidence that you've had a nice day running the football, and that's what his offensive line wants for him and for themselves.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
And he's got it to about the 40.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
From the 40 now on 2nd down. Wilson eluding the pressure right.
He finds Wilson.
And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. Another good completion on the drive as the Vikings have a first down. Wilson wants to throw it. Escaping the pressure right. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. The wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down.
Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns. And it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense.
And, oh, what a catch. And they are able to stop it, but he does take it all the way to the 2. 23 yards, the final tally. Throwing again here, Wilson. And complete, right side to Cook. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Didn't have anything downfield, swung it out to the flat. He did the rest.
Such a staple of so many offenses we see now. You know, in our discussions with offense coordinators, how many times do they tell us, hey, this offense is designed for either a touchdown or a check down. We saw the check down on that play, and boy, was this successful.
Saw a touchdown, too. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away.
A fairly short kick from the 14. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things.
He's got a man complete. Touchdown, Detroit. D.D. Westbrook, 74 yards.
And the Lions get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And that'll cut the lead down a bit to 28. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pull it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate, but we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way that this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
Oh, Wilson going to throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that's caught inside the 30. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Joseph on for the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of it. And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown. Jamison Williams, 77 yards. And the Lions are able to claw one back. Patterson now for the extra point. And that'll cut the lead down to 28. So despite the huge deficit, they're going to keep fighting. Here comes the onside kick. Oh, did the Lions get it? Yes, they recover. So the onside kick is recovered. And, I always thought, Charles, as someone who didn't play these positions, that going over the middle as a receiver or trying to recover an onside kick, those are two very tough things to do.
Takes a lot of fortitude to put yourself in that position, but you have to do it in order to help your team win. Unable to recover it, it costs them. The kicking team gets the football here. On 1st and 10, here's Fields. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is going to fall to the ground, incomplete. That very nearly their 4th pick of the game. Instead, second down. That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. He's going to let it fly. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything. One last throw here for Fields. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So the game will continue for at least one more play. Cannot finish a game on a defensive penalty. That's why they get one more untimed attempt. One final shot. They'll look to throw. That's complete to DeAndre Swift out of the backfield. And he is going to lose yardage here.
And a wild card win moves them on to the divisional round.
Everyone plays all year long for the right to get into the tournament, as they like to call it. Wild card, divisional, doesn't matter to them. One moves on, one goes home.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. It's a win for the Vikings as we say so long from Minneapolis.